Afternoon. This is Rick Ackerman, editor of Rick's Picks, and today we're going to look at Apple. I believe that Apple holds the key to the bull market. It's kept me on the right side of it, even though I'm very bearish. I guess you could call me a perma bear, but at least I can read a chart, and to the extent that it has pointed to much higher prices in Apple, it's kept me bullish. It's still keeping me bullish, but I wanted to take a look at some very key numbers. This is a long-term chart that shows the bull market, at least the last crucial phase of it, going back to 2016. We had a giant rally from mid-year then up to about mid-year 2018. That was what I call the impulsive stage of the bull market in Apple. And very big pullback into the beginning of this year, 2019, and since then, it's been off to the races. Now, this chart shows a target up at 283.97. That's about a little more than 14% above these levels. And the stall there is at the pink line. It's what I call a secondary pivot. Those of you who have been following these presentations know that we can get very crucial information based on price action, not only at the pink line, but at the red one here at 212.99, which I call the midpoint pivot. In any case, the stall at 248.48 is not a big surprise. And I don't pretend to have a crystal ball. For all I know, Apple could be on its way lower for the next 10 years. But if over the next few weeks it turns around and takes a stab through that pink line, that secondary pivot, I would say that it very strongly raises the odds that the stock will eventually get to the 283.97 target. And I would, to put it in a more precise frame of reference that you can use, let's just say that if Apple can close for 2 consecutive weekly bars above that number, I would give it a more than 50% chance of getting to 283.97. Now, because Apple is one of the most owned stocks on this earth, no institutional money manager, no portfolio guy can be without it. So it stands to reason that if they are pushing Apple higher, that the broad averages are going to continue higher as well. In other words, the bull market will not end as long as Apple has unfinished business at higher levels. So that is really it. And I'm going to be watching closely to see whether the stock keeps coming down from 248.48. That would become serious if Apple retraced to exceed a couple of prior lows on this weekly chart. One low is here, and the second of them is down at 192.58. So we need a $50 sell-off, a little more than that, before I would think this stock is in real trouble. Also, based on my hidden pivot method, the stock would become what I call mechanical buy if it pulls back to the red line, and the stop loss would be about a third of $71. I'm not sure what that exact number is, but you can calculate it. If you put a bid right there, just use a stop loss equal to, again, the third of the differential between 283.97, the target, and the midpoint pivot at 212.99. If you are interested in the hidden pivot method, which I use to forecast and to trade, I would strongly suggest going to my website at rickackerman.com, and you'll see, you won't see it here because I'm actually logged in as a paid subscriber, but if you go to rickackerman.com, you'll see up in the near the top of the page there's a button you can press that says free trial. That will get you a free pass for 2 weeks, all features and services at Rick's Picks, and I'm sure that you're going to enjoy our chat room. It draws great traders from around the world. They are a very active bunch. Let me show you the chat room itself here. Let's see. And the discussion has been focused, I think, today more on, well, I'm not going to get, let me see if I can bring the page up. Here is the trading room. And there's also a less formal discussion, kind of rough and tumble, in what I call the coffee house. So if you take the free 2-week trial to Rick's Picks, be sure to drop in on the trading room or the coffee house and say hello. That is it for tonight. For tonight, and I will be coming at you again on Thursday with another presentation. I hope you've enjoyed today's presentation and that it takes some stress out of figuring out whether this bull market is going to live forever or not. So that's it. Let me wish you a very pleasant good day. And again, I'll talk to you on Thursday.